Hey, it's Chris Doherty, Doherty Properties, coming to you with a market report and give you an update on what's happening with the real estate market. We're going to talk about that today for you. All right, I want to go over some of the numbers, datas, and statistics to give you a sense of what's happening in the real estate market as we compare 2021 to the first quarter of 2022. Okay, and I want to give you the overall synopsis here is that listing units is down 15%. That means that as of March, end of March, early April, we are seeing the number of listings that have come on in Massachusetts in the multifamily, single family, and condo markets down 14.75%. Okay. We have also seen days on market decline from 87 days in 2021 to 62 days in 2022. Okay. So what is happening in the real estate market right now is what I had predicted would happen at the end of last year. And that is that inventory was going to remain very tight. And it has. Up till now in the first quarter, there were less homes listed this year than they were this time last year if we compared the data in that time frame. The second thing that has happened is you have heard reports that the home sale numbers are declining. Well, the reason for that is that there are fewer listings. And when there are fewer listings, there are fewer homes that actually can be sold. But the truth is that the homes that are coming to market are selling much faster than they were last year. And that's really a product of seeing a decline in inventory. Folks, inventory was historically tight last year. There just was there was no inventory that was out for more than a period of, a couple of weeks. Right now in Massachusetts and in New Hampshire, we're looking at an absorption rate of 2 to 3 weeks. So what does that mean? That means that if you look on your multiple listing, usually we'll have an average market. You have 6 months of homes that will take 6 months to move through them. Right now, 2 weeks. That means there's literally no listings on the market, and you'll start to see more as the spring comes. But the reality is we were already behind, down by 14% in the first quarter of this year. The second thing that you want to be looking at is interest rates are climbing. The Federal Reserve has indicated a couple of different things that will impact the market. The first is that they are going to stop a buyback program of mortgage-backed securities, which is going to make rates climb. The second thing is that they have raised the interest rate, and they have indicated that they'll continue to do so. Now they raised it slightly, but we have seen a pretty big increase in rates. Not even, a couple of months ago, we were in that 3% or sub 3%. Right now, we're hovering in that low to mid 4 range, which is a pretty big jump. But prices are continuing to climb. I predicted that prices would be at or above 8%, and that is already holding true. And we are already almost near that number as we are here. But right now in the market, we're already at a 7% jump. So when I said at or above 8% in terms of price, that looks like it's going to happen. Okay. So what everybody's waiting for and what people are looking at is trying to get a sense of where does the market go as the interest rates continue to climb upward, which it is predicted that they will. And how does that impact the housing market when there's still little to no inventory, and how does that play out? I think a couple of things you're going to see is this. The first-time home buyer is going to get squeezed the hardest because prices are climbing so fast. They're going to have the biggest challenge in this market. But I think what you're going to see is a very competitive spring market, probably like you saw last year, even more competitive, believe it or not, because the number of listings are fewer, the days on market are tighter, and that just means more competition. Okay, and more price increases. That's what we're looking at. So as we really go through this period of looking at last year to this year, we know that if I combined 3 categories, multifamily, single family, and condos, there were 2,807 units that were listed as of March 24th, actually, when I'm actually recording this video. And then in 2022, those three categories, there was 2,393 as of today. That's a decline of 14.75%. We've seen a list price decrease in all categories, and these are higher when you bring in the multifamily, but you've seen an average day on market decrease down 28.74%. That's pretty significant. I mean, things are moving incredibly fast, and we're seeing average list price has increased already at 7% here in the first quarter, which means that with sales being as robust as they are, with things moving as fast as they are, properties are going to go at list price or higher. And so you're going to see that 7% number jump up quite a bit. So we are definitely poised to be greater than an 8% increase. So what does this mean? If you're a seller, if you're a buyer, or a renter, what does this mean for you? If you're a seller, there is still a great opportunity to sell your home in a very strong seller's market, and inventory is still tight. What people don't know is what the impact of the interest rates are going to be. So far, they have not had an impact on the market. If you are a buyer, interest rates are going to be higher, which means that you might have more of a challenge because the home that you could have bought for, say, $300,000 is not going to be possible because of that interest rate increase on your pre-approval. So you want to check with your lender to get a sense of what can you buy now in this market. The third thing that you need to know if you're a seller or a buyer, prices are going to continue to climb here because the inventory is so tight, because the days on market keep shrinking. We just don't have the availability on the market. I think even with high interest rates, you're going to see this climb. If you're a renter, what do you do? Do you buy? Do you stay put? We are looking at data right now that rents are increasing at an extremely rapid pace. You have to make a decision of what you think is best for you in the near term. Excuse me. That's the market report that we're looking at for Mass and New Hampshire. I hope that this information helps you guys as you move forward. So far, we're in for a really competitive spring market. I hope the real estate market stays as strong as it has, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the days ahead.